12, 13 years old, and I'm sitting on the couch, and then watching Sports Center, big baseball guy,
Sure.
catching up on. I'm like, this is nice. I'm hanging out.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
school
Yeah.
today.
Holiday. Yeah.
Yeah. And the phone rings, and it's my dad, and he's like, turn on the TV right now. And I flip on the news, and 5, 6, 7 minutes later, we see the second plane hit the tower. And that was a pivotal moment for me at such a young age. It was like, how dare these motherfuckers? And I had a connection with, I grew up in Tennessee, but, during the summers I'd go, up to New Jersey. My grandparents had a beach house there, and like on the ocean on Long Beach Island. And a lot of these people running around there were, firefighters from New York City and NYPD.
Sure.
And
Sure.
so it was like, how dare these people do this? But, and it sounds corny and this and that, but I knew at that age, like, this is what I'm doing. And I remember being so fucking pissed that I was not young enough to sign up right then. Like, I remember being livid.
Yep.
And like counting down the clock, like when I turn 18 years old or when I can sign this contract, I'm going. Yeah, and I remember being afraid I was going to miss the war. A lot of guys, say that too. It's like, I need to get in the pipeline right away with a rifle in my hand to go see these dudes on the front lines as soon as possible.
Do you remember where you were? Do you remember where you were with 9/11, or do you remember your first sort of like understanding of it, or did it affect your life?
Yeah, on that time I was like very young boy, and also we didn't have any access on internet, on television, no television, nothing else. We even didn't have like electricity, so but the older people, I mean my dad, uncle, and other pupils, they were just hearing the news from BBC, and the radio, and they were talking on that time that like an incident happened to the Trade Center in the New York in America, that the terrorist groups hated that by the Al-Qaeda like this. On that time I was hearing all of these, but I was so kid, I didn't care about it so much, and I didn't have knowledge about that. So yeah, I remember that just short things like that.
But in Afghanistan at the time, was there a general feeling? I mean, when at these big soccer stadiums, there are these huge executions, and there's this group that has taken over, and they're ruling with brutality, and now that somebody came and poked the bear of America, and now America is getting involved in some way. Was there a feeling in Afghanistan that this could potentially come to us or touch